Have you ever been bloated before? Have you ever eaten a meal and your stomach's just like pushing out and you feel tired and you're just like, oh, I can't do anything. I'm just like so full. Like my stomach is out here. Like it's just really bad. Have you ever felt like that before? Or maybe you've been to a family dinner and you've eaten way too much and everyone else is falling asleep, so you just think it's normal. Like you just think that bloating is just one of the things that happens when you eat. I know I used to feel like that. I used to feel like, oh yeah, I'm gonna eat all this food and I'm gonna feel tired afterwards. That's just normal because everyone else is tired, so it's normal, right? Actually, it's not normal. And this is why I'm so passionate about health, because there's so many misconceptions and false things were being preached, and it's coming from the top. It's coming from like governments and like respected dietitians and all these people. But it's false. A lie repeated 1,000 times is still a lie, but people regard it as truth. And that's unfortunately what's happening in the health space. So why do we get bloated? Why is society pushing all this crap on us that's not true? And what's the solution? I'm going to share all three in this video. So why do we get bloated? Well, we get bloated in layman's terms simply because we're putting food into our body that's not meant to be digested by the human body. Okay? We are not herbivores, right? Like a lot of bloating happens when you're eating fibrous foods like carbs, like fruits. That's a huge one. Fruits and veggies, right? Mainly. Okay? And then we've got sugars and all that kind of stuff. But if you're eating lots and lots of fruits and smoothies and all that kind of stuff, you're going to get bloated. Okay? Now, you're probably nodding your head right now if you've actually experienced these kind of foods, because that's what happens, right? Like I used to have smoothies all the time. In fact, I used to preach it to my audience. Like before I knew about this stuff, right? I was like, yeah, you got to get your smoothies. Whoops, it's kind of windy. It's like, yeah, you got to get your smoothies. You got to get your 5 a day, you know what they preach. But it was bloating me. And I was just thinking that it was normal. Like I would get bloated. I would go and have a smoothie. I would go and have a smoothie bowl. And I would be bloated afterwards, but I would just put it down to, oh, yeah, I'm getting my greens in, so it doesn't matter. And then I'd go in the toilet and have problems, right? But let me get back to why we get bloated. So when we're ingesting all of these fibers, our body cannot digest it, okay? Our stomach has a pH of 1.5, all right? That's highly, highly acidic, all right? So that means that our stomach is not designed to ferment foods. Why cows, ruminants, for example, can eat plants all day and then convert that into muscle flesh, like proteins, right? They're fermenting the vegetables, okay? They're fermenting the grass. They have, 4 stomachs, right? They have 4 stomachs. They can ferment all of these plants. Human beings have 1 stomach, and it's highly acidic, okay? It's completely different to cows. So we cannot ferment these vegetables. Therefore, it reacts with our gut microbiome, and then all of a sudden we get burping, we get gas, we get farting, because we're not supposed to be digesting this kind of food. So what happens then when everyone else is telling you that bloating is normal? Well, that's like saying when you breathe in, you should have pain in your chest, or when you take a piss, you should feel pain when you urinate. Like that's the same analogy, right? Like it's not normal to pee and have burning sensation. It's not normal to breathe in and have chest pain. But when it comes to food, bloating, oh, that's normal. No, it's not normal. But there's an agenda behind that. That's why they're telling you that it's normal, right? They want you to keep buying all this crap. I just had lunch, okay? I had 2 ribeye steaks for lunch. No bloating. In fact, I'm more lean now than before I had lunch. I just had lunch. 2 ribeye steaks, 550 grams, okay? Now, why is it that after I eat meat, I'm not bloated, but after I eat a bunch of vegetables, a bunch of fruit, I'm bloated? The reason is because, like I just said, the stomach basically assimilates and breaks down meat very, very well. We're very well engineered for that. It's the same like dogs, right? Like their stomach is very well engineered for that. That's why, for example, one of the problems I had that I never spoke about before this video, and this is very personal, but I feel like this is the right time to share this information because it might help someone who's going through similar things. And this is so personal that you won't even tell your friends or your family. Okay, so I used to have problems on the toilet. Yeah, fitness guy had problems on the toilet. Oh my God, crazy. you just see people's bodies. You never see what's going on internally, right? So that's one thing I want you to take away from this, is to understand that just because they have a nice body doesn't mean they have full working internal systems. So I used to defecate like 3 times a day because I was eating so much fiber in my diet. Okay, and I remember speaking to a vegan once, and he said he was vegan for 2 years, and he was so excited about telling me this because when he went to the toilet, everything just flew through him, right? Like it just like flew through him, and it was like very watery, and I was like, oh, it doesn't sound like that good, but I didn't know anything different, right? But the reason I'm telling you this is because when we eat a lot of plants and a lot of fiber, we spend a lot of time on the toilet, 3 times a day, sometimes even 4 times a day. Okay, I know this because I've experienced it. I was vegan for a month last year, and I've experienced all of those symptoms. When I switched to meat, I started to experience less. Now I defecate maybe 5 times a week. Okay, and that's healthy. And it's always one solid piece. I know I'm talking about shit now, but it's really important to understand because when you're putting the right type of nutrients into the human body, what's going to happen is you're just going to actually function better as a human. Okay, and you're not going to have all these, gastrointestinal problems. Your intestine's not going to inflame up, and you're going to take pressure off your digestive system because it's going to be working fine. All right. So if you're bloated, just know that you're putting the wrong food in your body. Start looking at that, and then start, maybe consider incorporating more meat. Okay. Now, if you're a vegan, probably you can't do that. But if you're not a vegan, then I would definitely encourage you to look at that because health is important, right? And I'm not dogmatic about any of this stuff. I'm just looking at the facts. If I go, right now I'm in Bali, if I go and eat a smoothie bowl, I guarantee you I'll be bloated. My stomach will be out here. I won't be able to see my abs momentarily, and I'll feel lethargic because I'm eating the wrong type of nutrition for my body. Okay, I want to be eating the right type of food to help me perform at my optimum level. I don't take afternoon naps like I used to when I was eating lots of fibrous stuff, and my health is better than it's ever been. I have all day energy. I have great skin. I'm building muscle. I'm recovering fast. I feel strong. My testosterone's up. All of these benefits come from changing what you put in your mouth and addressing your lifestyle. Okay, so if you're getting bloated, just know that it's down to what you're putting in your mouth. Start becoming more mindful of that and start maybe considering changing up and testing more things. Like, I'm not telling you to do this, do that, do that. I'm just saying, if you're getting bloated, stop doing the things that are keeping you bloated. It's coming down to your food, right? So maybe change up what you're eating, and you can start, testing different things. You can start testing like 2 ribeyes for lunch, for example, and see how you feel. Okay, that's what I did, and I slowly started doing this, and I started realizing that there's a better way. All right, so hope you found this helpful. Can't speak English now. My name is Aaron. I'll talk to you soon. If you like this video, go and like it up, comment below what other videos you want me to make, and I'll make them for you. All right, so talk to you soon. Bye for now.